Hello, it's Ryan from Building Body, Mind, Soul, and for our online audience this week, we are going to review one of the most important and basic quick self-defense moves for the classic grab from behind. So the classic grab from behind, a couple important things. In real life, there will probably be more than one person if you're really attacked. In real life, somebody will always grab you from behind, not in front. That would be bizarre and unusual for most real life scenarios. That somebody would try to lock you up from the front because there's just too much you can do. So it's usually surprise from behind. The person likely are going to have their legs faced out like this, so people know not to try to do this, and they know that's instinctively not a strong stance. So it's going to be something like this with 1 foot forward, and for sure your arms will be collapsed and they will wrap around your arms. So none of this silliness where they'll wrap around your waist. If they do, then that's great. There's lots of other simple stuff to do, but that's just is not what's going to happen. In real life, in really real life, what happens is you're surprised, caught off guard, somebody does a wraparound, 1 foot forward, they drop their weight, and now you're kind of in trouble because usually there's somebody coming towards you. And so you only have like 1 or 2 seconds. This is what really actually works, is to just pop out low, right? So you're gonna base out with your butt out, and you're gonna go ahead like you're doing a power reverse squat out, and you're gonna go ahead, push your arms out. Why do you push your arms out even if there's nobody in front of you? Because it's the opposite dynamic motion, right? So pushing out, you're basing out, and you're just taking a step back. Doesn't matter whether your foot is in front or behind their foot. The other person's feet are going to be shuffling anyways probably, so forget about that. Just base out, 1 foot back, and turn the whole body. So you're going to base out, 1 foot back, turn the whole body around, and that becomes very difficult. Now, if they still are latched on part of the way, then there's stuff you can do once they're to your side. You can go to the eyes, you can do, you can do a couple elbow shots, but really you have to base out, step back, turn the whole body. So it's just 1, 2 step, 3 whole body. If somebody's very, very wrestling or jiu-jitsu background, whatever, and you base out, you still get this. As you step back, they start matching your step, and so you try to go and they're staying perfectly to your spine behind you, right? So the guy's always perfectly level behind me as I try to go and I get him back. Then from here I can base back down, and if I see that on my step and I can't do that, then there's other things you can do. Try to wrap around, grab a foot, pull up. It probably will just be wrestling and go to the ground at that point, but the important thing is you will have been freed from this stance where somebody can just actually lift you off the ground, because usually what happens next is I surprise the guy, I go down, I face out, I wrap my arms around, and then if, like I said, probably there's someone else coming if this really happens to you. Unfortunately, it's never a fair fight. So their probably likely next move after they lock you up and base out is to go ahead and lift up. Now you're in real trouble because now you've lost your footing. So even if the person is an experienced, classic wrestler of any kind, at least when you base out, step, and they stay behind you and I can't get the spin, then I can go ahead and I can start shuffling around. I can try to reach to one of his feet to go under and lift up. I can go ahead and I can just stay based. So even if they want to go to the ground, I would much rather that than and have a chance to wrestle on the ground. You still need to get off the ground because someone's coming, but that's a much, much better situation to be based out and to go ahead and do something from there than it is to be stuck in the air. It's not going to be in the movies where they lift somebody up in the air and you think, okay, and then you kick them and then you're going to headbutt back like that. Most people, when they do this, their face is not right, their head and nose is not right above the back of your head waiting for that. Most people, they kind of go like this and they know to protect their face. So it's just, in real life, it never works out how you think it will. So you have to just know that you can control the base, you can step back, get your foot in, hopefully you can get the spin around, and if you can't get them on the spin, then you go ahead and you start, if you can't get them by the step back and the spin, then at least you can go ahead and you can start doing other things and keeping a wide base. The key is to keep a wide base, right? Because once you're up off the air, once you're up off the ground and you're lifted up, then that's where you're in real trouble. So that is this week's training tip, and practice it, work on basing out, work on just doing, just popping out, the step, trying to get the spin. If you don't get the spin and the person's countering and staying close on your back, then you have to work on just, that's where you start mixing and matching other styles for, wrestling and jiu-jitsu, and there are ways to deal with that. But the important thing is that you've not let somebody do this and pick you up off the ground, then things just go horrifically bad for you. So, all right, see you next time.